All right, so now that we know how to count blocks and figure out the volume of a figure, we're now going to learn how to use the volume formula. The volume formula is going to make your life pretty easy. You may have noticed over here, if you were really paying close attention, that the way we figured out this number, yes, was by counting, but really you were putting your multiplication skills to use. Because if you notice that 4 times 3 was 12, that's how you figured out that one. And then you multiplied 12 times 2 to get 24. And so your volume formula is length times width times height. So you'll notice on all of my examples over here that I have a length, I have a width, and I have a height. And that gives me all the numbers I need to figure out what my volume is. And so you're going to have to put your multiplication skills to use. There's going to be times when you may have to draw a box. That's what I'm going to use today if I have multiple digits in my numbers, is that box method. If you're a standard algorithm person, awesome. That's how you solve it. So let's start with example 1. I have a length of 10 feet. I have a width of 8 feet, and I have a height of 40 feet. So, you know that multiplication is commutative, that big word that means it doesn't matter what order it goes in. So you can choose if you want to do 8 times 40 first, or if you want to do 8 times 10 first. You could even do 10 times 40 and then multiply by 8. It's completely up to you. I'm going to choose to do 8 times 10 first because I can do that quickly in my head. I know that 8 times 10 is 80. Then I'm going to multiply by 40. I can actually do that pretty quickly too because I know that 8 times 4 is 32. Then I can just add my 2 zeros. And so I figure out that the volume of this figure is 3,200 feet cubed, or cubic feet, either way. So that one was pretty easy because the multiplication was easy. The multiplication won't always be that easy, but as long as you choose your numbers wisely, in this situation, I chose my numbers wisely, right? I was like, I can do that easily, I can do that easily, done. So let's do it again over here. I have a length of 4 centimeters. I have a width of 3 centimeters. And I have a height of 24 centimeters. I'm going to do 4 times 3 first because that's easy. 4 times 3 is 12. Then I'm going to multiply by 24. This is where that box method is going to come into play. So I have 2 digits by 2 digits. So I have 12 times 24. 20 times 100 is going to be 2. Add 2 zeros. 20 times 2, 2 times 2 is 4, add a 0, 240. 4 times 10 is 40, 4 times 2 is 8, 48. Add them together, and I get 288 centimeters cubed, or cubic centimeters. So, does this take a lot of knowledge of what the actual figure is or tearing it apart? Not really. You just have to have those multiplication skills, okay? Last example. I have a length of 8 feet. I have a width of 4 feet. And I have a height of 4 feet. I know that 4 times 4 is 16. Then I'll do 8 times 16 using a box. 8 times 10 is 80. 8 times 6 is 48. I'm going to pull that over here to add together. 8 plus 0 is 8. 8 plus 4 is 12. So I have a volume of 128 feet cubed. Okay? So, It's the same knowledge you had over here when you counted of taking layers and putting them together. Here you just have a formula to go by. If you have a length, a width, and a height, multiply them together and you can figure out those volumes easily. So part 3, you're going to be doing additive volume, where you're going to have to take your knowledge of how to figure out the volume of these figures and then how to add those figures together. Okay, so make sure you watch part 3 and then you'll be completely ready to do all your assignments for this week.